Episode number 378. He sets sail tomorrow. Wherefore? For La Rochelle. He need not sail, cried Milady, forgetting her usual presence of mind. Be satisfied, replied Felton. He will not sail. Milady started with joy. She could read to the depths of the heart of this young man. The death of Buckingham was written there at full length. Felton, cried she, you are as great as Judas Maccabeus. If you die, I will die with you. That is all I can say to you. Silence, cried Felton. We are here. In fact, they touched the sloop. Felton mounted the ladder first, and gave his hand to Milady, while the sailors supported her, for the sea was still much agitated. An instant after they were on the deck. Captain, said Felton, this is the person of whom I spoke to you, and whom you must convey safe and sound to France. For 1,000 pistols, said the captain. I have paid you 500 of them. That's correct, said the captain. And here are the other 500, replied Milady, placing her hand upon the bag of gold. No, said the captain, I make but one bargain, and I have agreed with this young man that the other 500 shall not be due to me till we arrive at Boulogne. And shall we arrive there? Safe and sound, as true as my name's Jack Butler. Well, said Milady, if you keep your word, instead of 500, I will give you 1,000 pistols. Hooray for you, then, my beautiful lady, cried the captain, and may God often send me such passengers as your ladyship. Meanwhile, said Felton, convey me to the little bay of, you know it was agreed you should put in there. The captain replied by ordering the necessary maneuvers, and toward 7 o'clock in the morning the little vessel cast anchor in the bay that had been named. During this passage, Felton related everything to Milady, how, instead of going to London, he had chartered the little vessel, how he had returned, how he had scaled the wall by fastening cramps in the interstices of the stones, as he ascended, to give him foothold, and how, when he had reached the bars, he fastened his ladder. Milady knew the rest. On her side, Milady tried to encourage Felton in his project, but at the first words which issued from her mouth, she plainly saw that the young fanatic stood more in need of being moderated than urged. It was agreed that Milady should wait for Felton till 10 o'clock. If he did not return by 10 o'clock she was to sail. In that case, and supposing he was at liberty, he was to rejoin her in France, at the convent of the Carmelites at Bethune. 59. What took place at Portsmouth August 23, 1628. Felton took leave of Milady as a brother about to go for a mere walk takes leave of his sister, kissing her hand.